Ravi was born in a small, forgotten village, the kind of place where dreams died before they were even spoken. The roads were made of dust, the homes of mud, and the people of hopelessness. His father, a worn-out farmer, spent his life fighting the sun, the soil, and the seasons. Every morning, he would look at the dry sky and say, "If God wants, there'll be rain. If not, there's nothing we can do." That line became a song in Ravi's ears, one he grew to hate. If God wants. It sounded like a curse. At night, while his father prayed for rain, Ravi stared at the stars and whispered to himself, "If God won't write my fate, then I will." One day, everything changed. A man from the same village returned after 20 years. But now, he was rich. He arrived in a shining black car that made dust rise like respect. Everyone gathered around him, whispering, "He's lucky. God blessed him." The man smiled and said something Ravi would never forget. "Greater than I wasn't lucky. I just stopped waiting for luck." That sentence hit Ravi harder than the summer heat. That night, he made a decision. He wouldn't live by luck. He'd live by effort. Before sunrise, Ravi packed one bag, a few clothes, some bread, and his mother's old locket. He left a note for his father. "Greater than I'm going to make something of myself. Don't wait for me. Wait for my success." He walked miles to reach the nearest city. When he arrived, the city didn't welcome him. It swallowed him. He slept under bridges. He ate leftovers from restaurants. When he found work washing dishes, he thought his life would finally begin. But the owner paid him half his salary and said, "Be thankful you even have a job." That night, Ravi cried behind the restaurant. But when the tears dried, he made a promise. "I'll never beg again." Not for food, not for mercy, not for luck, days turned into months, and months into years. Ravi learned to fix machines, carry loads, and deliver parcels. He saved every coin, studied every night, and learned everything he could about business, trade, and money. He began noticing something. The rich weren't lucky. They were disciplined. They woke up early, worked harder, and learned constantly. He stopped saying, "one day." He started saying, "day one." After 5 years, he had saved enough to rent a small shop. He began selling spare machine parts, small things at first, then bigger orders. He reinvested every rupee he earned. When others spent money to look rich, Ravi spent money to get richer. He slept on the shop floor, used broken shelves, and ate once a day. People laughed at him. "You'll die of hunger before you make it rich." But Ravi knew hunger was better than regret. 10 years later, Ravi owned 3 factories producing machine tools. He employed hundreds of people, some from his old village. The boy who once washed dishes was now feeding families. 20 years later, Ravi returned to his village, not in rags, but in a black car, brighter than the one he once saw. The people rushed out of their homes, shocked. His father, now older and weaker, came forward with trembling hands and tears. "You did it, son. You were lucky." Ravi smiled and shook his head. He pulled out a coin, flipped it in the air, and caught it. "Greater than this coin has 2 sides, heads and tails. Luck is just which side people choose to see. But I stopped waiting for it to land my way." He flipped it again and caught it mid-air. "Greater than, and I learned to flip the coin myself." He placed the coin in his father's palm. "Greater than, money doesn't grow by luck, Papa. It grows when your hands stop begging and start building." Moral: luck may open one door, but hard work builds the whole house. Stop waiting for chances. Start creating them. Because money doesn't grow on trees. It grows in the hands that never stop working.